o'clock this afternoon. Joe Lima will be with you after me. Now, today, John Boniface from Minehead completes his 630-mile trek across the southwest coastline. John is raising money for CMT UK that supports his granddaughter Abby. Abby is one of 23,000 people affected by the Charcot-Marie tooth disease in the UK. John is now live for us from Bournemouth, where he's just finished after walking for 6 weeks. John, I think the first question has to be, how are you feeling?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, John, we'll see. Hang on, John. We'll see if we can get some better signal. We're just struggling to hear you there. We'll see if we can get some better signal for John, who's just finished doing 630-mile trek across the southwest coastline. His granddaughter Abby is also there for us, so we'll be having a chat with them shortly here on BBC Somerset. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll also be hearing what's coming up on TV over the next couple of days to have a look at if you're planning on staying in, maybe what's on. In fact, there's some good stuff. Countryfile is moving around, so I'll let you know more about that. Right, we'll see if we can get hold of John again then. John Boniface, who's from Minehead, has just completed 630 miles. John, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic, thank you. I'm very elated, and my body will mend itself.
Well, I'm glad you're so positive. We can hear you much more clearly now, which is great for us as well. So start for us then right at the beginning. Why did you decide to do a trek?
Well, I decided for two reasons, really. One, I've always wanted to do this, and secondly, my granddaughter Abby has the CMT syndrome, and I wanted to support her charity so that she could have a better time.
Well, we'll have a chat with Abby, if that's all right, in just a moment to sort of get an idea from her what it's like living with CMT. And for you then, 6 weeks, have you ever done anything like this, a 6-week trek before?
No, I retired in February, and of course 45 days is a long time, but when you're retired you can afford 45 days, and I thought whilst I was still reasonably fit, I would have a go at it.
Now, you live in Minehead, is that right?
I live in Minehead, yes.
Okay. Now, Minehead is where the South West Coast Path starts. There's a nice sculpture there, isn't there, where you get the Somerset Coast Path and the South West one starting. So is that why you chose that, because it was a local landmark for you?
It's a local landmark, but also it's a challenge that a lot of people do. A lot of people I've met on the way have done it in sections, but very few have done it all in one go.
What about weather conditions? 630 miles. I doubt you had sun all the way around, did you?
Well, considering what the weather's like in England, the conditions actually were quite good. I did have some rain. I did have some very high winds earlier on that nearly blew me not off the cliff, because they were always onto land. But they produced some very spectacular sea conditions, and produced something to really, really look at.
Would you mind passing the phone over to Abby very briefly, John, so we can have a chat with her? I'm sure she's very proud about her granddad, John, who's just finished this 630-mile trek around the South West Coast Path. Hi, Abby. Oh, Abby's not quite there yet. Obviously, they're a bit of a distance apart. Hi, Abby. Hi there. Hi. What does it mean for you that your granddad's just finished this huge trek?
Well, I'm so proud of him, and I feel so honoured that he would do this for me and for the whole CMT charity. It's just fantastic.
I'll be completely honest, Abby. I don't really know what CMT is. Could you tell us a bit about what it is and how it affects you?
It's a neuromuscular disease, and it makes your muscles in your legs and your hands very, very weak, and also affects your nervous system.
So, for you then, do you have difficulty walking and using your hands as well?
Yeah, I have difficulty walking. I'm in a wheelchair, and also my sensations aren't fantastic. And it just, when you walk, it makes you incredibly unstable. So it's generally quite hard to move around.
When your granddad first said to you that he wanted to walk 630 miles to raise money for the CMT UK charity, what did you think?
Well, obviously, I thought he was absolutely fantastic for wanting to do it, but on the other hand, I did think he was quite mad as well. But, yeah, I thought it was absolutely fantastic what he wanted to do, and I was so proud of him for even thinking and considering doing it.
Well, it seems quite mad to me. I'm sure there are a lot of people listening who think it's mad as well, but he's done it, and he's... do you know how much he's raised, Abby?
No, we're not quite sure how much is still kind of being counted and brought in at the moment, but yeah, it should be quite a lot. It's really good.
Well, that's fantastic. Abby, thank you for having a chat with us, and can you thank your granddad John as well for us, and just congratulate him on the amazing thing that he's done.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Abby. Bye-bye now. That's Abby there with her granddad John Boniface as well, who is speaking to. John's just completed a 630-mile trek in aid of CMT UK. That was really lovely to speak to Abby there, who has CMT.